Considering saving money? Changing your gender in 15 seconds or less has saved customers over $1,000 in car insurance.
Hey, if you didn't hear the details about how a Canadian man recently switched genders by mail in order to get cheaper car insurance, you're in for a treat. Yes, indeed. As the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation reports, a 23-year-old Alberta man recently purchased a car and, upon calling the auto insurance company, discovered that it would cost him $4,500 a year to insure said vehicle. When he asked the auto insurance broker if it might be a little bit less if you were a female, the broker said yes, indeed. Statistically, women are safer on the roads, and you would be charged $1,100 a year less. So, what sensible Canadian man wouldn't take advantage of the social justice warrior laws in Canada and decide to get cheaper rates by, you got it, switching genders? And all he had to do was get a note from his doctor by telling the doctor, hey, I feel like a female, taking that note to the government, and the government literally switched his birth certificate from male to female. Voila! Lower insurance rates. Well, as you might expect, this upset some of the social justice warrior folks. One politician saying that this man committed perjury and a crime, and a woman named Mary Little, who's a former chair for what's called the Trans Alliance Society in Canada, saying, I think it cheapens the whole process. I think it gives ammunition to people who want to take rights away from trans people. But you see, Ms. Little, this is Canada, the same government that 2 years ago instituted the law called C-16, which took out of the hands of society the ability for people to decide what pronouns they wanted to use voluntarily when they met trans people, and mandated, they compelled that people must use the pronouns that the trans people commanded them to use. This is the law that University of Toronto psychology professor Jordan Peterson defied, and of course made national news for doing so.
And so I announced that I wasn't going to use these words because I don't believe that they're instantiated to protect anyone's rights. I believe that the ideologues who are pushing this movement are using unsuspecting and sometimes complicit members of the so-called transgender community to push their ideological vanguard forward.
He said he would go to jail over this compelled speech. He said he would go on a hunger strike instead of using the compelled pronouns that the government would force him to use. And he said in society he had no problem in deciding whether he would use a pronoun that a trans person might prefer, but he would not conform to the compelled speech. So what do we expect to see in Canada if they're operating according to this mindset? Of course, the law is going to favor certain types of people over others. So this man who identifies as a female, he must be treated as a female. I'm sorry, but if you're going to have the law get involved with manipulating businesses, you're going to find people using these loopholes in just the ways that you don't want them to use them. Why not get it out of the hands of government and just let individuals decide? If individuals truly care about trans people, why should they be compelled to operate in certain ways? It's just a lesson in freedom and auto insurance and the government of Canada. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, if you feel like commenting, we'd love to hear your opinions. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.